Welcome to the virtual presser for Zak Chelli versus Anthony the Magician Sims. This fight is considered the wild card fight, a real genuine 50-50. Both fighters are dangerous, both capable of winning inside the distance. This fight takes place courtesy of Boxer, Saturday, February 11th at the OVO Arena, Wembley. So I'm going to start with a couple questions as always, then open up to the media. Zak, I'll come to you first. You've been waiting and wanting a breakout fight for some time now. You were unlucky when the Richards fight fell through. This is, of course, another step up. Does this show your willingness to fight anybody?
Yeah, literally after Laurent Richard, he's ranked number 5 in the world. I said to him, listen, give me anyone, I'll fight anyone. So they went through a few people in Britain, former British champions, former IBF European champions. They all turned it down. And I was like, okay, get me some from abroad, get me anyone. Then they came along with Sims. I was like, as soon as they said to me, you want to fight Sims? I said, yes. I didn't really know who Sims was. I just said yes. Because I said, I heard it would be for a title. I want a title. I want to fight anybody. I said, yes. So yeah, I'm going to fight anyone.
Anthony, I'll come to you next. How did this fight come about for you? Were you expecting a call? Was Zak ever on your radar?
I heard him a few times when I was over in England, but he was never a possible opponent because I wasn't in Matchroom or in England base anymore. I was over here in the USA. But when they brought his name up, checked him out. I said, yeah, it should be a great fight, entertaining for the fans. Styles make fights. It's a good matchup.
You are the more experienced man in this bout. You've got more stoppages than Zak has fights. Do you feel like the experience will be a telling factor at this stage and in this fight?
You can say that, but he says 50-50, and it's just about professionalism, how you approach the fight, how you approach training camp, your strategy. The past is the past.
Zak, you'll have no doubt had a look at Anthony. What do you see? Where do you win this fight? What are your advantages?
I see, when I start looking at him, I see he's a skillful boxer. He may have had more fights than me, but if you look at the rounds, he's only done 8 rounds more than me because, of course, he stops all his opponents. I don't think they're as tough in the US as they are in the UK. The boxers. Of course, there's many people who stoppages in the US. But, he's done 8 rounds more than me. He's got the experience as amateur. He's got, I think, over 250 fights in amateur, I heard. So, yeah, he's got the experience. He's got a skillful boxer. But, I can box and I can fight. People always thought I'm just a fighter. But as I showed in my last fight when I won the English title, I'm a boxer as well. So I can do both.
Anthony, you're still in LA, I believe. Big-ish time difference, 8 hours. You get here on Monday. Is jet lag going to play any part of this? Is that enough days to be able to turn your body clock around?
If it's someone's first time going, probably not. It takes maybe 2 weeks to adjust. I've been going to England for years now. It may take me 3 to 4 days, if that.
How do you see this fight going? Do you think it stops inside the distance? You've obviously got, I think it's 20 stoppages from 23 fights. Both of you have a style where you're going to meet, it's going to gel pretty nicely. How do you see the fight going? Inside the distance?
I mean, this is what's fun about boxing. It only takes one punch. It's not playing by the quarters or touchdowns. It takes one punch. You could be up first 5-6 rounds and then be gone just like that. I think it's just, if anything, I'm just excited about the fight. I see it going, it can go the distance, it can end shortly. It depends on who's the better man that night.
Zak, last one from me to you. You said that you wanted to make a mark on the division this year. Is this fight the perfect springboard to do it?
I believe so. Sim's got a great record. He's a good boxer. And I've asked for anyone, and they brought me him along, and he's accepted. So I'm grateful that he's accepted this fight. And I'm grateful that it's going to be for a WBA, I believe, Intercontinental, Continental title. I look forward to having that belt around my waist.
I'll open it up to the media now. Raise your hands, ask any questions, try and keep it as close to 1 per fighter as possible. JJ.
I was just waiting for the hands to go up. Okay, we're going to go first. We're going to go first to October Red with October Red Boxing.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon, Zak. Good to see you again. Good afternoon, Junior. Good to see you again. A really good fight. It's been described as a 50-50 fight. I'm going to put it over to you first, Chris. Do you see this as a 50-50 fight? Is he frozen or is it me?
Chris, who's Chris?
Yeah, he's frozen.
Was that question for Anthony? Because you said
It
Chris.
was.
Yeah.
Is it me or is it frozen?
Who, me?
Yeah, sorry. Do you see this as a 50-50 fight?
I thought the question was for Chris. I know.
No, sorry. Me and names.
Every fight is a 50-50 fight. If you're going in thinking otherwise, then it's a problem. You never underestimate a fighter. You never overlook a fighter. Boxing is a day-by-day process. So each day, just preparing.
Zach, what about yourself? You seem quite confident going into this. It's almost like, not like you're overlooking him, but you're saying that you never heard of him before. You've kind of like had to have a look at him, do a bit of research to check his accolades. What makes you so confident that you can beat Anthony?
As Anthony said, everything's 50-50 fight, but I believe in myself. So I know for myself, it's 100% for me because I've trained hard. I've done the rounds, I've done the sparring, I've done the running, I've done the waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, done training 3 times a day. I believe in myself so much. So I believe it's 100% me. And that's why I'm willing to take this fight.
I'll hand over and I'll come back with something for Anthony and Zach again later.
All right, thanks, Red. And we'll go now to Matt Lenihan at Boxing Social.
Anthony, a few years ago, you were talked about as one of boxing's sort of best kept secrets. Your record, you went on to secure a lot of knockouts, get fights under your belt, suffered 1 defeat and bounced back. Is this your opportunity to put your name sort of back up in lights on this platform, Boxer, Sky Sports, and getting a victory over someone as good as Zak Chelli, who not many people want to fight?
Oh, yeah, it's my opportunity. Show the world the magician working on, show the world the fight I've matured into. It's the perfect platform to do it in. You know, England isn't, it isn't a place I haven't been. It's my second home. So it's great to come back and fight in front of all my fans and do it on a big stage, boxer.
And Zach, for you, you obviously had that disappointment of the Lerone Richards fight and the pullout. What has that done to your sort of, your mental state and your mentality coming into this fight? Has it motivated you anymore in your preparation for this?
Well, I literally I've been training since the fight, since the Lerone fight. I haven't stopped training. I was meant to have a little holiday in Dubai. I did go to Dubai, but ended up training, ended up meeting Boatsy then. Joshua Boatsy, ended up sparring with him. So I haven't really stopped training. I've been training all through from November till now. So I'm ready for this. I'm more than ready. It's actually my knuckles are itching. So I want it.
I'll pass over to someone else.
Thanks, Matt. We're going to go to Devinder Pal.
Cheers, JJ. Zach, first of all, just for you, are you looking to gate crash the world scene, having accepted fights of Richards and now Sims? And what experience have you got of that American style?
Well, yeah, of course. I believe I was actually meant to fight for the English title over 3 years ago. So I believe COVID has put me back 3 years. So I need to speed up now. I'm 25 now. I can't say I'm young anymore. And not in my mind, of course. People may say I'm still young, but I'm not in my mind. So I want to push myself there. And hopefully by the end of the year, God willing, inshallah, I'll be fighting for, world title eliminator. That's what my plan is.
Absolutely brilliant. And Anthony, you said you've been here before. You like the atmosphere. What's the atmosphere going to be like for you come next week?
Just another day in the office. Of course, you're excited to go fight, but still, I'm a professional. I've done this. I have 23 fights, 20 wins by knockout. That's the reason why I have that record. Prepared, ready to just come out there and have fun. I haven't been back to England in 3 or 4 years. I'm just ready to just put on the show.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, next we're going to go to Eamon Khan from Seconds Out.
Thanks, JJ. First of all, to Anthony. Anthony, when you last spoke to British media, you stressed the importance of, for yourself, having a good team around you now. Is everything good behind the scenes for you to perform on the scene on the 11th?
I have a solid team, solid training camp. great manager. My whole circle solid. I think this is the strongest team I've had this far. And, world championship status at that, I've been there fighting for the WBO and losing. I know what it takes to get there. I've been at that level now. So it's like now I check mark on the list, everything that I need, ready to go.
And then to Zak, who's the favorite in the fight? And whoever it is that the right person?
I don't know who the favorite is in the fight in the people's eyes, but in my eyes, I'm the favorite. Of course, I'm always the favorite in every fight I'm in. I train hard. I know how hard I train. No one knows how hard I train. Only me and my dad know how hard I train. So, of course, in my eyes, I'm always the favorite. I don't know what other people are saying, though. I haven't really looked.
Okay, cheers, Zak.
Thanks, Eamon. Right, we'll go back to October Red for another question.
Anthony, I'm going to go over to you. No stranger to adversity in life in general. No stranger to coming out of your comfort zones in boxing. And no stranger to change in promotional companies, the hardship of managements. Talk to us a little bit about the advantages that you come into this fight with and why coming over to the UK doesn't really faze you. Like you said, you've been here several times.
Well, my experience is a big factor, and styles make fights, skills pay the bills. The more you know, the better, and the farther you go. The adversity I've been through, most wouldn't survive it. Most wouldn't make it past. They would give up, throw in the towel, using it as an excuse, but I use it as a driving force. So to get here and to get through what I've been through these past years and make it back to this platform, I'm enjoying every moment of it, and I'm seeing everything. So just expect to see a different magician. People can watch all the films they want to watch, they can study all the films they want to see, but each fight I fight differently. I adjust, and I come to win.
Thank you. And Zak, like you said, you've been out there sparring with Buatsi. We know who's a very technical boxer indeed. Skills and attributes that you've already got. We saw your performances, against Jermaine Brown. You maybe came in as a slight underdog. Maybe he was the favorite. I can't remember the odds. But coming into this fight, what do you see as your attributes? What have you learned in between fights to make sure you win this bout?
Well, people really haven't seen much of me because they haven't really given me decent opponents. The better opponent in a fight, the better I perform.
Oh, you've got one now.
Yeah, I've got a good one now. So you'll see how good I really am. For me, I want this more than ever. This to me is just not about winning a fight. For me, it's my lifestyle, it's my living, it's my future, and this is a reason why I'm going to give it more than anything I ever have.
Brilliant. Gentlemen, I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you both next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fred. If we have no further questions, I'm going to go back to Dan to wrap up. If anyone does have any further questions, raise your hand quickly before I throw to Dan.
Right. I think
All right.
from here then, yeah. Just a reminder that the card is headlined by Adam Azim, who takes on Santos Reyes. This is going to be a cracking fight. I think there's a lot of fights on this card that are genuinely interesting, intriguing, 50-50 fights. So good luck to both of you. Everybody else, I will see you in fight week. Final remaining tickets can be purchased at boxer.com. And for those watching at home, it will be on Sky Sports Saturday evening, 11th of February. Thank you very much.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.